So everybody out there are looking to start a business in 2025, and I would like to bring you a fabulous way to getting started with your own business. However, the disclaimer right here is that everybody wants to start business, right? But nobody wants to talk about the profitability of the business at all, right? And this is the major aspect that I'll be covering up in this course today, right? Now, today we're going to learn how to select the idea which is going to cost you bare minimum, absolutely less than $100 is what we're talking about when you're starting your business. That includes your tools, that includes your, you know, business model planning, that includes your um, very basic things which are exceptionally minimum required for you to start a business. However, it won't cover the legal compliance and other investments into the starting a business, but this will definitely give you a very clear idea on how to get started as a newbie entrepreneur getting into the market, which is hot right now in 2025. So let's just dive directly deep into the aspect of today's topic, which is starting your own business, and a simple one which is going to be profitable as well. So I'll tell you how I made my first $100 out of doing just passive activities on a application called Skool App. So I will get to the uh, school part later, but I will talk to you about how I did my structuring of the fame framework, because the longer period of time I've been doing this business, and the major understanding about getting your to reach your first $10,000 in your revenue is going to start with you building business. Because even before I was there on the Skool App, I started working individually on creating my business plan, pitching to the clients, getting started with my courses that I was selling in the initial phase, and that moved to a consulting business. So today in this video, we will look at how to become an entrepreneur and select your idea and evaluate it for your success. All right. Yes, so before we dive deep into creating our own business plan, I wanted you guys to also look at the proof I will show you about, where I actually charge you know, a 600 plus dollar plan to one of my consultant, because proof matters a lot, right? So with the brand, I'm not talking about a freelancer or a creator. I really went to the company which I found online, where they contacted me, right? The first interaction with this particular prospect that I've had was on a event website, where this lady purchased the market research training module absolutely free of cost. That was not even a purchase, like I really misspelled it, but it was basically a free workshop that she is enrolled in for, wherein I had shared some material which she probably read through and she liked it, and then she sent a ping me on WhatsApp, and then we had a call, and then I did generate an invoice to her, right? Just giving you the details of that, so that this is my PayPal account, which is in my company name, which operates out of India right now, which is basically spread across with our strategic partners to another few regions like US and Canada. However, I want you to understand that I'm showing this proof to you on screen that I've been able to generate a single consulting payment of $600, which is relatively very small, but it was for market research consulting for one of our client in the Middle East, right? And that's how you get started. But now we can dive deep into the, creation of the business plan, as I've completely showed you the proof that anybody can start a company in less than $100 and start making income. Let's move directly into creating a fantastic business plan to make it possible for you to build that income. So business plan, very important, guys. Let's dive deep in right now. I'm going to be sharing my screen right away. Okay, all right. So one of the major aspect when you're about to start your business is creating a business plan, guys, because without having a solid plan that can make you go to the market, a lot of people nowadays talk about GTM, right? It's nothing, just go to market, as simple as that. And I'm trying to tell you, this might be coming as a surprise to you, that I have started business more subconsciously than ever. I was already doing a job, and then I did this as a side hustle. I started offering courses to my friends and family. It multiplied. When people asked me about getting that work done, basically, which they were not able to do even after I trained them because of the fact that the skill gap and a lot of other challenges that they've had, including running the business itself for themselves was a challenge, right? Because they have to do learn new skills, they have to really work with me and then also drive their teams and all of that. But one easy solution to them was that I've given a you know project for course, right, where they were learning one-to-one live online with me on how to build the business model. And when they realized that this is impacting very nicely and multiplying the revenue, they said, why don't you just do this, take this project and get it done with your team? So first, I was reluctant because I did not have a absolute no logo brand about the consulting business. So I was absolutely doing just training business and I was just very, very reliable with that for the first few years, 1 or 2 years, right? However, because of the multiple clients asking me to push to consulting and because of the demand and not for the personal interest, I entered into consulting and boom, I saw my revenue blasting about 10x immediately when I converted a client to a consulting package from a training package. So I'm going to be covering these details in this course so that you don't have to do those mistakes. You just have to find this easy free guide that I'm giving you on this video training, which is absolutely free, so that you drive your success. No matter which business you're doing, we are doing a brick or mortar business, are you doing, or if you're doing a bakery business, if you're doing a restaurant business, if you're doing a software as a service business, it doesn't matter. All of this that you see on your screen will suit you to enable you to start your own business within next 30 days, right? So let's talk about teams right now. The first thing that I want you to understand is that you yourself is going to be a team. But the major aspect that you have to understand is you're not going to do business for just a couple of months and, think about it, how successful it is or how you failed at it. Right? There could be two possibilities. You would have either failed at it or you would have just succeeded it really massively, right? In both the cases, you will still be looking at one of the aspect in the background, which is your team. How did you start? Who were the people who supported you? How did you start there? The team aspect here is very, very important. And this is how I want you to evaluate your business. So I'm going to show you a worksheet. The diagram that you see or workflow that you see on my system basically now converts into action plan. I'll use Miro to do this, right? For example, right now, if I take teams, right, I'll just draw what all aspects we'll be able to cover in team, right? So let's say this is your team, and then you've got different departments in there. All right. So we have, let's say, very important department, which is general management, GM. Okay, I'm just gonna give a short form for you to get forward with this easily. So the GM is nothing but general management team. Okay. Then you've got, okay, then you've got innovation, innovation team, right? Innovation department. Okay, you can shuffle this. The order doesn't matter, the impact matters a lot here. Now you've got yet another thing which is called, so let me adjust it a little bit. Yeah. Okay, now you've got one of the other important aspect. And when I do this, I'm hoping that you're able to visualize what I'm trying to do here is build a very reliable, 100% what you say, workable business. However, it requires execution. That's all you have. And then mostly all governs for with God's grace, you will be able to luckily also get this sorted out for yourself, right? So now you've got innovations, you've got creativity, and then you have got a quality control department, which is the last of all of these, right? QC. So I will definitely discuss about the importance of QC, but to give you a couple of examples right here, if you are somebody who has ever traveled in Uber, imagine a Uber where it talks about CCTV surveillance cameras, probably if not that, safety tracking systems as you can imagine. Uber becomes a gold mine for people who are traveling, for women especially, and for the safety and all of that, as well as for theft prevention and anything like that. Imagine a Uber car fully enabled with surveillance, security, empowered or enabled with AI as well. If you can think of 2025, imagine how much more money Uber can make with that one trip that they are currently making, and that's what the importance of quality control is, right? Quality control plays a huge role, in fact, a bigger role for bigger companies and moderate role for the smaller companies, but it's absolutely important from the day one itself, right? Now, talking about these four departments, I had represented myself into innovation team because I am somebody who's a right brain person. I know you've seen a lot of videos probably about left brain people and the right brain people. So I'll tell you the difference. Left brain people are more of analytical, good at mathematics, and they actually break down things very, very fast logically. However, the right brain people are somebody very, very creative. They actually may not be really good at mathematics, not necessarily, even if they are good or moderate at it, but they're absolutely fantastic at architectural things. They are really good at creating stuff, right? This the video that I'm creating is just one of the example of creating a course wherein I'm just doing it on a Miro board. The creativity comes in from my basically my right brain ability to do it, and that's fantastic about it, right? The innovation team is what I represented myself in a long-term business that I'm doing right now. And why I'm saying you this, because when you're creating a team, like we saw in the previous diagram, you have these four quadrants. One is important quadrant is team itself, right? Now, if you create a great team, you will definitely become more profitable much faster and much easier, and that's why it's important, right? Now, let's understand what is general management team, right? General management team is anybody can do that, right? Invoicing client, okay, customer service, operations, sales, or it could also be finance, right? You just need a basic skills to execute it. That's all. But that doesn't mean a face of the company will blow it up and a new idea pops in from finance department pops in. It's just an observation that could happen, right, from the finance team, or maybe idea would pop in, but it has to lead to an innovations team, a separate department from your organization where uh, growth works happens, right? The workshops and things like that, right? Now, coming to the creative team, absolutely, the message has to be clear, right? Even if you're a great engineer or an architect trying to build a great system in place to build your business, you still need a communication mode, and that communication comes from the creative department, the creativity team, basically who's good at UI, UX, using tools like Figma, using tools like Illustrator, Photoshop, Canva, all of this comes under creative part. So that's really, really important. And I don't need to emphasize too much on this, but you understand what I'm trying to say here, right? So this is only we're talking about structuring your team. That's very important. And in the general management, like I said, there are going to be multiple departments, so you need to really build this in an Excel sheet. Okay, who's going to be in the general management department? Do I have to do it myself? As of now, yes, I'll do it, maybe as a freelancer for now, but then I will do also innovation as a freelancer, but I will do creativity also as a freelancer. But at some point of time, immediately, maybe in couple of days of starting after you get a first paycheck or something, save some money to actually outsource either of these things so that you really become free of doing what you're best at, right? And that's a basic tip that any entrepreneur should get online who's trying to learn how to do business and make it profitable and scalable at the same time, right? Not just profitable, scalable at the same time. Now, QA, the quality analyst team, basically works in terms of preventing any kind of a fraud, any kind of a money gap, any kind of a financial audit, or anything that is probably to do with uh, life of a company, including copyright infringement or anything, intellectual property, or anything that is to do very closely impacting and turning your value of your business to zero means you are actually getting a big hit on your quality control. So you really have to find out what all elements in your business. In example for course, let's say talking about course, okay, online courses, one of the important aspect is a face value of a trainer, right? If you do not represent yourself really good, the quality, the trust that you have to build with your customer is still important, and that's missing, right? And that's where people may not like you too much of that, always the same stuff, faceless channels of making money by selling courses. It's fine. However, the authority to ask people more money is going to come from creating a quality control system where you're asking your trainers to go online with a face, talk to people, create a community. There are a lot of other things. Now, when you create a community, there are going to be trainers coming in the picture. There's going to be, one side customers asking you for courses, wanting to learn skills, but the entire ecosystem has to be absolutely free of any kind of quality control issues. And that's why it's very important right now. Understanding this, let's move to technology, which is another aspect. Right, quickly move to technology. I will maybe make this a bit short and keep it aside for now. Now let's see what we have got to do with technology aspect. Okay, now in technology, we have very important things. It's like evolving so fast. Like I remember I myself changing this diagram a third time right now from my experience and the skills that I've, already tested in the market. As we speak of AI, I don't know what I'm going to draw right here, right next, right? Because I remember everything in my head, but still it keeps on changing because of the new developments happening in the AI. So I'm saying three, but let's see if there's four as well. Probably four, I'm guessing. Let's see. All right. So now you have got things like, so major things that I have analyzed people do is they build a hardware. All right. Sometimes they build a software, which is also important for business as a product. May not be a primary product, maybe also a side product, a vendor product, or whatever. So if you have got any questions, guys, in the middle of this course, you could always ping in the comments box, and then if I am busy, one of my teammate would reach out to you, and if you would want to schedule a paid course with me on this call on training like this live online, then that could also happen through you commenting questions and asking me more comprehensive questions so that I can come back to you with my answers to that from my industry experience directly, because that's the best thing about it, right? Like industry experience is crazy, right? Internet of Things, IoT is a third one that I remember from my previous, uh, you know, course building activity. However, now at the center of all of this has now come in another very important aspect, which I'm going to put a star mark here to probably show the importance of it. But this is really going very fast. As we see, this will be your most important and trending thing. AI, which is mix of all of these, we talk software, hardware, and also Internet of Things all together. We have come to 2025 where we see people talking, executing, implementing projects with the help of AI. In fact, completely taking over productivity of the company and scaling it 10x to 100x or to 1000x as well. And in some cases, I have also got a lot of examples. While I have personally built my own company, Instagram chatbot, which has been successful. We are still training it, but we have come into 2025. So I really need to talk about the advancements that happen at our own company. We are a very small scale company, but we're very lean and we're very fast with in terms of implementation, not in terms of strategy. Strategy is really built slow and very dynamic, but we are very fast with the uh, with the with the whole idea of building to match the pace with AI. That's what I'm trying to say about the speed. But the business is built slow only, and I always want you to also focus on building the business model very slow. That's the beauty of it. You build really amazing things out of that. Now that's about technology. Right now, I'm going to quickly go ahead and cover USP. Without a USP, business is not a business, right? So in our case, when I started, I remember my USP, even as of today, is on demand courses. So when I first started, I was a single person for my first client that I've gotten board, right? And immediately when I see the realization was so fast that I saw that, okay, this is going to be scaling soon, I did hire freelancers. So basically, my thing was like, you need to have on demand or whatever, on demand and fully customized. However, this evolved into something. to do with AI, which is now added advantage, but this is a clear USP of our brand, right? We are basically like an online platform which offers courses. So you could think of Skillshare. Okay, in one of the training side, we're like a Skillshare where we offer courses, live online courses with instructor, but you also have got some videos to try and work with, or download those video courses, free, paid, whatever it is, and then move to a next level, hire a trainer from us, work with the trainer, and we have got really good industry experts helping you scale your projects, whether it be just business or the inside out of the business. That could also be project management, it could also be AI, it could also be HR and things like that, right? Now, that's our USP, that we are an on-demand platform which offers training online with the help of AI, and that's a top-notch USP that we have right now, right? Now, on the consulting side, also we have a separate USP, but I will not talk about it because we are only working on building a training business, which is a smallest investment possible, and then it's basically profitable one. So I'll also be covering up the tools that I've used, like I talked about, school community as well, that will help you in getting your first few dollars into your account by subscription to your courses and community, which is more of passive. I like the best of it because of the fact that you don't really have to work hard and deliver courses every single day. When you're at school, your community is created there for about just a $9 hobby plan a month. That's like so economical, right? And then if you want, I will be able to do a course on a one-to-one basis, on a customized one, where I could break down the finances so that you really understand how much money goes from your $100 into starting this business, which is going to be profitable for you with by the grace of God, right? Like, so now this is it. Now this is all being said done. Now we've got to understand what are the revenue streams. Like, say you're selling courses, that's fantastic. However, let's use something else right now as a shape to differentiate this whole thing. Just using funny shapes right now. I don't know, but that's still working out for you guys. And for me as well, I see the flow is good. And I hope you could give me the feedback of this basic free training that I'm doing into a topic called business planning, and a bit of AI innovation also I've added here, right? And affiliate marketing a little bit. So it's a mixed course. So business planning, scaling in less than 30 days with $100 is what I can say as a course title. Like, you'll see it on YouTube when you're watching it. You can just really look at it. I would have just built that by now while I'm uploading this course. But however, it's a fun way to do it all together at one go with the help of ChatGPT now. And it's fantastic that we are in 2025. It's becoming much easier for people to start business with lesser skills. Or capability is actually reduced, productivity is actually increased. So that's good about it. Now, revenue stream. So we are selling video courses, one of the revenue stream. You will have to be very clear from the day one what all you will be selling. We were very clear we will also be doing live courses. We would also be doing community subscriptions. Then we have got a networking program to build people's skills through networking itself. So you have to be really very clear about these aspects when you are starting business. So this entire thing that I built for you can be transformed into an Excel sheet. I have a template, and like I said, if we happen to see you're interested in this, then you could go on a one-to-one call with me on a more of a premium course that we have, right? And then we could do it for about 30 days, and then you could find out we could build a Excel sheet and an entire plan of very neat and clean in maybe less than 30 days is what I'm, doing for my current clients, right? And I should be able to do that for you as well, right? Now, being said this, now we have to jump to where the money is coming from, right? The first few customers can be coming from affiliate marketing. So what is affiliate marketing, right? The first customer for me came in from an online portal called Paytm Insider. This is a very old website in my country right now. Like, so I was using it very really to create some workshop events and all. I did create a workshop out there on any event website is fine, right? If you're in Australia, you would know events Bright, right? And there are a lot of websites where you can host events. So there is always an upgrade to all of this, which I'm doing right now. So people have analyzed there are a lot more interesting tools to try. But you could start with creating an event or a workshop which you're offering for free, wherein people will enroll, maybe watch a video like this about your course, and then are ready to pay to you. And that's simple. That's so simple, right? They will pay you for your live online time with them, and that's one of the easiest way to actually get started in business. But however, if you're looking at a passive income where you don't have to go online every time, and I would suggest creating a community here on school. So if you look at the success that I've got out here. So I'll just quickly show you the payouts. One of that is happening very recently. So you see the list of payouts, and this is just the first page that I'm showing you. Like easily you can make $100 in a couple of months, and I'm not talking about the money here much because I've made almost about $10,000 over a period of time trying to build my business for about 1.5 to 3 years now, or more than that, or actually 4 years, right? However, it's not about the money, right? Money you've made, but the major important part is I have worked on almost 70% margins, right? With all of my freelancing, with all of my tools, everything, I was still getting 70% margin on a project, including doing both the training and the consulting business. So that's very, very important, guys. So I'll give you a quick overview of how to actually make your money here. So come to this community. It's a fantastic community that I have. Maybe you want to learn AI tools, you can join here and start building your business. However, you could go ahead and create your own community from here itself by basically create a community button here. And when you do it from this community, you get a assistance from us. You will be part of a bigger network wherein you see a lot of people come online and discuss about their learnings and stuff like that. So that will be amazing if you do join this free community. I will share a link in the bio of my YouTube channel, and in which way you would be able to easily join from there. And then finally you hit that create community button, right? And then it will ask you which community you want to create and all of that. And then now, when it says invited by Shabasaya, that should be absolutely fine. I get a referral out of this. However, now if you're definitely enjoying this course, you want to really support me with by going ahead and using my invite to create your community, and then you press create a community button. Once you do that, it'll give you two plans. One which is just a hobby plan, which is just $9 to start trying with basic features that you need to create a community, and all that you have to do is create social media ads or create a lot of YouTube videos, share your link, do a lot of reels of your courses, share your link for people to join community. When they join the free community, you could probably add a subscription price to it and you start making money out of it. That's how simple it is, guys. And then let me go back and show you. You could also do this funneling system where you would have both free plus paid. So I'll also show you that as well. So you create a free community first, drive people to this community where people enjoy content and get that trust from you that you are able to give them value, the real value to by additional of courses, resources, worksheet, tools, whatever you want to give them as a value, right? Then they move to a paid community. Let's assume that we are going to do a basic calculation like how much you're going to make. Let's say you're only going to charge $10 a month, and you've got, let's say, 1,000 people is what I really feel is a very good number to really make good money passively online with this app, Skool App. However, now let's see if you're going to make $10 and you're going to have 100 people, you're already making basically $1,000 here, right? And absolutely, that's a good amount. And you may need less than $100 to start it. And that's how simple, guys. That's how simple it is. There is no breaking head. There is no rule of 90% of the entrepreneurs fail because they don't know the strategy to really work on their business model. All of this is great, but there are a lot of hidden tools. There are a lot of hidden ways you can start business and grow. I know this is looking fairly very, very easy to you right now because I'm doing this video and guiding you. However, I want you to understand that consistency and continuous approach will give you resolution. And I'm not asking you to do this just for a couple of days and see it. I want you to create a plan. Even if you fail, do it for 1 year, 2 years, and then see you will definitely be much faster on reaching your goals. And enjoying the leverage of building your profitable business for yourself so that you can become financially independent. And thank you. We will look forward to do more of such courses once in a week, maybe probably, or once in a month, but we'll make sure we add value to you at Foito, which is basically a training and development organization which I started. Like I said in this video in the start itself, how I did it, and then you can also do it. Congratulations and all the best. Thank you. Bye bye.